Hi guys, RIB back again. How are you feeling? How's it going so far? Any feedback? All right, remember you can be in touch with me, send me feedback. Feedback is always great. I enjoy feedback. So feel free to send it through and trust you're doing well, all right? Now, on this one, we're gonna get into this particular module. Now, this particular module is about the 3 questions, okay? Now, these are the 3 questions. Now, these three questions are vital, right? They're vital for you to get the most and to create a great book. Not just to create a book, but to create a great book, all right? You need to know the answer to these 3 questions that I'm gonna share with you now. And look, whether you know the answer right now or whether it comes later, that's okay. We're gonna keep coming back to them, but you gotta start now. So now the first question is why? Why am I writing this book? Now we've dealt with this one before, right? There's 3 types of person, and that will kind of guide you and determine why you're writing this book. So for me personally, as you know, I'm a speaker and an author and a coach, right? So for me, why am I writing a book? Because Soul Survivor, how an abandoned child goes from nothing to everything, is a keynote called Man in the Mirror. And that keynote, the central theme of that keynote is about, it's not where you start in life, but where you're going that's important. Not where you start in life, but where you're going that's important. Now that message, I've had such a powerful, prosperous, lucky, fortunate, difficult life, right? That I feel duty bound and compelled, right? To give back as much as I can, right? To give back as much as I can. So on leaving the children's home, because one of the guys in the children's home got shot in the head. Now, there's some crazy things that happened, right? But I made a promise. I said, you know what? If I get out of here, right? If I get out of here, 3 things, I'm always going to remember where I'm from. I'm going to remember who helped me to get to where I am today. And I'm always going to, where I possibly can, use it to help somebody else without expectation of getting anything back in return, right? So that was the 3 things that I came out of the orphanage with, right? Okay, so now my why is deeply entrenched within that. There were 18 kids at any one time during that children's home, right? I was always the youngest one, going up towards 18 from 6 months of age. Now, I saw 80 to 100 people go through. Each one of them taught me something, because I was shy, I was introverted at home. And I would look at what they were doing and look at the choice they made and the actions and the outcomes, and then decide if I wanted to do that or not, right? So I had like 18 mentors at any one point in time. And for those who didn't make it, I did mention about Lee before, who ended up getting shot in the head. But Lee taught me, about standing up for yourself, about being a man, about not being pushed around, about the fact that you have value. Right? That's what he taught me. Gary Lee, another guy in the children's home, the first black head chef in either the Dorchester or the Savoy Hotel in London in history, right? Head chef. Amazing. Ivan Loffman, another guy who was an incredible sprinter. Right now, Ivan was beating a guy called Mike McFarlane. Mike McFarlane was beating a guy called Linford Christie, and Linford Christie became world champion, 100-meter runner, right? And this guy lived with us. This guy I was scared of, right? He had this attitude and this furious anger, right? And it scared the living daylights out of me, right? But he inspired me nonetheless. So for these guys and so many more, I felt duty bound to succeed. I felt duty bound to use what I had and to use it in a powerful way and get myself somewhere and take people with me and share that message with others. So this is all part of my why. From the age of 12, I wanted to be Secretary General of the UN because, through racism and things that happened, I just saw that there was a need for me to be that person, right? There was a need for me to bridge that gap between, at the time, white and black, right? There was a need for me to do that, and I felt it deep, right? Deep within me, and I still do now, right? So to become that ambassador, right? So I'm driven by some very powerful whys, right? So what is your why? It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be like mine, because we're all different, but we're all the same. We're all different, but we're all the same, right? But we're unique. So what is your why? Because when you know your why, like the drive it gives you, the power it gives you, you cannot measure, right? So that's the why. So that's the first question. Why am I doing this book? Why am I writing this book? The next question is, who am I writing it for? who am I writing it for? Now, I've been into this a little bit already, but to give you just a few little tips here, it's like, well, who am I writing it for? Now, I wrote my book for people who want to get out of the situation that they're in but don't know how, right? I wrote it because, again, my book is divided into 3 different parts. And the first part is about what life is like growing up in a children's home. The second part is what happens when you remove the glass ceiling. Remove the glass ceiling, the limitations you set on yourself. You remove those and you power on. This is when I worked with Madonna. This is when I had a business vote number 3 in the world. This is when I was doing all this stuff. I was like, ugh, get off of me. I'm going, right? So that's what the second part of the book goes into. The third part of the book is about the strategies, the techniques, the steps that I followed to keep me on track and to deliver me those results that I pass on to you or whoever's reading it, right? So who am I writing it for? I'm writing for people who want to get out of their current situation but don't know how. I'm writing for people who want to remove that glass ceiling and power, right? I write it for people who want to look at themselves in the mirror and see, what, is this the person that I want to be? Is this the person that I want to be? Yes or no? Is this the person I want to be? And if it's not, how do I change it? Right? I'm writing for those people, right? I'm writing for those people who are courageous enough to look at themselves and know that there's something up, that there's something that's not quite clicking here, and not just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result, right? So these are some of the people that I'm writing this for, that I wrote Soul Survivor for. Right, there's a lot of other things in there that we'll get into later, that I'll share with you later, but I'm giving you just a few ideas now of that. Okay, so that's the second one. Now the third one is what is my intention with this book? What is my intention with this book? Now, my intention with the book, as I've kind of touched upon already, is I want to empower people, right? I want people to take action, right? I don't want people to talk about it, to think about it. I want people to take action. I want people to see, taking the choice is cutting the process of cutting off any other outcome, any other decision. I'm making that one, and I'm going for it 110%. I'm going to commit. My favorite poem is On Commitment by Goethe. My favorite line within that poem is, when the moment one truly commits oneself, then providence moves too. The moment that one truly commits oneself, then providence moves too. Last time, the moment that one truly commits oneself, then providence moves too. I had no idea what providence meant. I knew it was a place in New England, in America. I knew that, but I knew it wasn't talking about that. But I still felt the power of this poem. I felt the power of it. And when I checked it up in the dictionary, I got what it meant. Then providence moves too. Providence is like God, like God energy. Whatever God is to you, it moves you. The universe conspires to help you, to support you, to get to what it is you're looking to get to, right? That's what providence means, and that's what you get, right? So my intention is that, right? To inspire people into action, okay? Good. The third one, right? So we've got why am I writing this book? Okay, we've got who am I writing for, and then we've got what's my intention, and a bonus one is, what problem am I solving? Which problem am I solving, or which problems am I solving, right? And that gives you a really great insight, right, into what to do and who you're writing for and the power of what you have to deliver. Because if I've got a problem and you've got the solution, I'm coming to you, right? Simple. If I've got a problem and you identify that problem, right, and you identify the solution to that problem, I'm going to come to you every time. All right? Okay, so that's enough for this session. It's a bit long one, but I get a bit excited, don't I? I get a bit carried away. But anyway, you can feel my energy. So look, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Keep on going, keep focused, keep to your goals. Remember, each day, look at that intention. I'm going to write my book in how long? Right? When is it going to be finished? Then keep on going back to that. Visualize, right? Day and night, before you get out of bed, before your feet touch the floor, visualize that end result, right? Before your head drops to the pillow, before you fall asleep, visualize. Okay? Very powerful. It works. All right? And take action. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Bye for now.